The Cat Daddy, back up at ya with a little bit of mischief, a bit of thought's been done. Um, there've been some stressful personal things occurring in my life and whatnot, um, which has caused me to kind of go into thought overdrive about all sorts of bits and bobs. And well, one thing I've been thinking about lately is, well, one of my um, what's the word? Um, guilty pleasures is watching watching conservative slash fascist YouTube. Um, just because, like, they're so charismatic and so many of them are really, really attractive. Many of them have good diction. The girls are total thoughts. Um, they um, they have a method of video creation that is highly watchable. You can really lose a lot of time with your Brett Coopers and your Amalek Nabobis and Misha Petrovs and um, Sydney Watson. Uh, yeah, I got a soft spot for that Yankee Aussie girl. All of them. Do I agree with it? I mean, seriously, we're talking some hard out, just like we have reached the opposite of the zenith. We have reached the bottom of the barrel where, like, um, what's the word? Convincing somebody that you have a solid argument comes down to making them laugh. Really? Not making them think and go, oh, there's logic, there's reason, there's all these sorts of things. Just, yeah, just like fucking, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, where did where did all the intelligent people go? I don't understand. Um, and you know, um, I've been listening to new discourses with the what's a good adverb for James Lindsay, the inimitable James Lindsay. Um, just because that voice, man, that voice sends me to sleep. Um, you know, um, I guess the moment when I turned off James Lindsay as a serious pundit was when I guess um, his whole thing about being guilted about consorting with Nexium people and making jokes about going with on road trips with them when they were just going around the corner as if people seeing that would know it was a joke, and then getting publicly shamed was a what's the word, like a Maoist mind torture. Fuck, I can't even think of what it was, but um come on, man. It's pretty crazy comparing Chinese comparing X slash Twitter, which I've never been on. I've never. I mean, I think I don't know. Fuck it. You know, Elon can't even run a social media company. Thinks he's gonna go to fucking Mars. Really? Oh, yeah. Just keep on making those science fiction videos on YouTube. Um, but yeah, you know, comparing X to Maoist reform jails. Really? I don't know. I've never been in either, but I honestly I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's just I don't. And um, stopped paying attention to Rogan apart from shorts when he dropped off the when he went to Spotify. I don't know what his shtick is like these days, but again, it's these fucking they're comedians pretending to be serious, grown thinking adults. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just come on, don't you see that this is just fucking vaudeville? That this is just Punch and Judy. you know, and well, haven't been paying much attention to the other side, to be quite honest. But you know, Young Turks, Pac-Man, um, Minority Majority Report, whilst being sometimes um misguided, I guess. And again, playing the same game of just insulting and belittling others, as opposed to using pure reason and logic to break down other arguments. What happened to pure logic and reason in and debate? You know, you see a few good jubilees, but again, you've just got the charismatic idiots with the big mouths, um, making it all about them, and um, it's been a while. I don't know. Look, I lose perspective on these things because I recognize that I am a consumer of this new American media conglomerate, of this parasocial relatiosphere that doesn't give you any kind of subjective space to consider what you're viewing. Um, you know, it's upsetting, I guess, because I've always been one to base the value of comment on merit and the way it makes me feel, um, using my mind, you know, trying to pick up red flags when I feel uncomfortable about arguments and whatnot. And I mean, it's just like, seriously, this is not debate. This is not real punditry. Like I real like to be honest. Again, I don't have objective um view on this, but I'm really enjoying the old Professor Stephen Hicks podcasts about this and that and the other. Again, he has such a nice buttery voice, um, and the Sting music's really cool as well. So I enjoy the old Canucks. Um, and I guess these days, my favorite comedy podcast, again on the anti woke, but not really, like the Boys Cast, Ryan Long and Danny fucking Polachek, the two Canucks, man, they're quality. They're really quite humorous, satirical, and where did satire go? I mean, Ryan Long is a master of satire, and I really appreciate those guys. Um, they do a really nice podcast, the Boys Cast. So if you kind of over, I mean, look, I wouldn't say it's critical, but they kind of punch at both sides. Um, it's always, it's actually funny without being openly mean spirited. It's nice. The boys cast, man. And those cold opens with their satirical conversations are always a blast. Um, you know, it's taken over from, I barely even bother watching YMH, Your Mum's House these days. Can't be bothered with fucking Bert. Like those two, Christina and Tom, they fucking lost it. Like I was watching this video, um, where they're basically criticizing a dude in Nigeria for saying it's really nice and being like, oh, wait until you've been there for 2 weeks and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, who the fuck are you to say that places in Africa are exactly as they're said to be on the no-fly lists or the warning lists and stuff? Just because the only places you visit are fucking white European countries and white orientated societies. Like it's just I'm done with it. Since they got rid of their big fat Jew man, it's fucking over. And maybe it was over when they had that fucking dickwad Andrew Tate on and fucking gave him platform. um, and laughed at his fucking disgusting shit. And I actually paid for the YMH Christmas special 69 minutes. Look, it wasn't terrible, but it was fucking lazy. There was nothing new. It was just going on in jokes. Tom laughing at his mother reading rap lyrics, and when she didn't censor herself by saying nigger and stuff, and he was just sitting there giggling and losing his mind because it's so funny that a 7-year-old woman would say nigger. Fuck hell. And just yeah, like I was disappointed. The Robert Champlain bit was played out. The washcloth stuff was pretty stupid. Um, the tattoo bit wasn't that bad, but again, it was just, I guess, purely for the fans, purely for the YMH tragics and shit. And look, the Danny Brown waffle ball, is it waffle ball, wiffle ball, something like that, paddle ball. Um, yeah, it was all right. Like I rank Danny Brown like he's my nigga. Um, until I prove otherwise. Like yeah, not really. I don't get into his show at all, really. And I'm trying to think of what other podcasts have gone down the crap zone. Um, Thank God for hardcore history. Uh, Dan Carlin, what a dude! That latest installment of Twilight of the Aces was amazing. I haven't gone through all of it, but yeah, just that dude is the hardest working podcaster on the scene these days. And is it biased? Is it warped? Is it American centric? Maybe, but damn, he's got a voice like butter. That fucking Pacific Northwest drawl, it just does me in to my chagrin. Um, but yeah, back to my gripe with the anti-woke conservative, um, pseudo neo-fascist type content and things. Fuck Matt Walsh. What a cockstick. Um, Ben Shapiro, like he can't even hide that he's that he's fucking pumping fucking Putin and fucking what's his name's seat up his ass these days. It's just fucking disgusting, you know. Sky News, yeah, fuck y'all. You're entertaining. You're not news. You just you're just fucking right wing dissidents, really, at this stage. Right wing fucking paper dissidents with no spines. Just insults, insults and fucking whatevers. You know, it's all so lazy. It's just so lazy. None of these people have any intellect. They're just running on pure adrenaline and fucking spit and bubbles and methadone, you know. It's just nothing, dude. And I will, I guess, come back to what I covered in my description. So, um, talking about Ben fucking Nuggets Shapiro, um, the Daily Wire, Lady Ballers. What the fuck were they thinking? Actually, talking about Matt Walsh, his role wasn't too bad, but that shit was just. It came out fucking sour. It wasn't funny. It wasn't cutting. It was fucking lazy. Um, the jokes were all predictable. The acting was trash. Um, the condescension was just. They got the fucking Spinal Tap um, amp and pumped up the condescension to 11. You know, just going, y'all conservatives, y'all fucking eat this shit up, right? Jesus fucking Christ. Um, it was just, in terms of being a film, they couldn't, you know what I mean? Like, how much money do these motherfuckers have? I mean, sure, they're a startup and whatnot, but just because you're a conservative fucking think tank production company doesn't mean, I mean, the production value wasn't too bad, but it was pretty fucking janky. Um, and it was basically a vanity project for fucking Jeremy Boring. Jeremy Boring, like, if there wasn't another fucking name that fucking, you know, the that just sums up that person's personality. Like, you can tell that person is such a fucking dullard, egotist. Man, you know, they should have had fucking Dylan Mulvaney. They should have asked Dylan Mulvaney to do a cameo on it. I'm sure she would have if they'd asked. You know, and just all the jokes were just so tired, so repetitive, so like faux offensive, like so stale and overridden that they couldn't even be offensive. The only people who were going to be offended by it were the fucking lazy wokies who read the premise and came out preemptively saying it was offensive and blah blah blah. If they'd actually gotten around to watching it, they would have realized it was just fucking crap, which is more of an insult to it than saying, "Oh, it's offensive" and blah blah blah. Like, so that's a nail in the anti woke coffin as far as I'm concerned. Now, I've mentioned the YMH special and saying, well, you know, it was passable, but it was nothing. It was barely comedy. Let's put it like that. But now to a few kind of what's the word, tentpole comedy specials from the anti wokers, and you know, talking about that, I saw, what's her name? I can't think of it. She's this wonderful wonderful trans drag comedian Queen something. She's fucking beautiful and really really cool. And she was talking about the Fox News special, the Fox News comedy specials. God damn it, I can't think of her name. Um, but she's wonderful. She's so cool and really really smart. Um, Queen something. I'll think of it hopefully. But talking about the Rob Schneider and Roseanne Barr specials, and saying that again, it's just like so fucking lazy. But at the same time, you kind of expect it from those two because they're old school fucking. It's over for them. They're doing it on Fox News, but now the two tentpole Netflix specials of the season, the Ricky Gervais and the Dave Chappelle, is it's not even comedy. Nothing about it. The only smirks I got out of it were like, oh, here we go again, punching down. It was like a fucking. It's like a it's just like a fucking fascist pep rally, waiting for the moment when they can go, you know, um, transphobe joke, ableist joke, this, that, the other. Folksy, whimsical, um, every man, every man wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And again, um, they there's never a hook of like, wow, there's no Carlin hooks. There's nothing that makes you just go, wow, that's really funny, but also really, really thought provoking. It's just like serious, 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 serious trans joke. Really? Come the fuck on. And it makes me wonder whether, I mean, I enjoyed the last couple of Dave Chappelle um specials, to be quite honest, and I enjoyed the last couple of Ricky Gervais specials. His first couple were lazy as hell as well, but um I enjoyed them for what they were. Again, the thing about comedy is it's gotta be intelligent, thought provoking. It's gotta have the science of humor mixed in with it, or else it's just fucking sitting on a toilet farting. You know. So yeah, I mean, there were a few moments in the Dave Chappelle that weren't too bad, but again, just how fucking condescending can you be, man? I mean, you've just got a whole crowd of people who want to feel legitimized in being bigots. Really, that's all it is. Same with Ricky. You know, fucking alcoholic. Um, fucking joke thief. Maybe, I don't know if he's a joke thief. Is that libel? I don't know. But seriously, I mean, that's so funny that they put out that video of his ableist ch- child sickness joke on X beforehand to garner some um to garner some fucking controversy, because apart from that it was just nah. I barely laughed once, man. It was just, come on. Where did it all go? And to be honest, in hindsight, it makes me go like, was all the brilliance of the early Ricky days stemming down from fucking Stephen Merchant and Carl Pilkington? And he was just there with his ridiculous high pitched laugh and his condescending, bad natured humor. You know what I mean? Like, it's just I don't fucking know. So it's just am I changing, or is this just becoming more and more obvious? You know, it's just really disappointing that people that I looked up to and thought had nuance and style are just fucking phoning it in now. That's the state of it, you know. And yeah, I mean, I was looking. I made a short of the classic Steve Martin comedy bit about bisexuals. Um, Look up Steve Martin bisexual joke if you're interested. Steve fucking Martin, what a fucking genius of comedy. You know, you listen to Steve Martin back in the day, and you come back to this, and it's like, this isn't even the same ballpark. It's not even the same game. You know, like I was watching some specials, like some specials by an Australian comedian called Gavin Semple came up, and that shit is like 100 times funnier than fucking Dave Chappelle and Ricky Blablaeus, you know, like, and this is some dude from fucking Dandenong, like just hitting the rungs, doing specials for YouTube in front of his family, and he's amazing compared to these fat bloated cunts who think that just because they've been around a while and you know they signed the cabal with the fucking Illuminati, they can nah. It's over, man. It's fucking over. Um, and then, as I say, as I like to call the conservosphere, you know, and that's a mix of things. Um, you know, you got your fucking your con thought girls, who, as I say, they're enjoyable, but at this point, I'm like, yeah, no brains behind the titties, to be honest, at this stage. They're just, again, they've reached the formula. They know what to say. They know how to sound convincing with their charisma and good looks. And it's just, I don't fucking know. And may I caveat as well, I haven't made up my mind about the woke movement either, right? I don't throw my hat in either camp. I honestly think that there's way less thought and intelligence in either side at this stage, which makes me just a thoughtful contender slash bystander. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know for whatever reason, my videos don't come up. Maybe because I don't pay for fucking advertising and I just hit it on the fly, and my videos drain down the memory hole like a fucking button down the poo. You know, it's like, well, whatevs. Um, and then then you've got the queer conservosphere, who your your offensive tranny, your fucking buck angel, Ariel Scarcella, um, and it's just like these people think just because they can talk and they build up a following through paying for it, um, they suddenly are legitimate voices to criticize other people who are in legitimate pain, confusion, just trying their best to voice their way through fucking being different in 2024. You know, like, sure, you can laugh, and at times it is concerning, some of the stuff they dredge up, but at the same time, what difference are you making by criticizing these poor confused people? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not You're not talking them down. You're not bringing things together. You're just going, just, you know, time's motherfucking up. Um, who's gonna take the reins? I don't know. It's not gonna be me. Nobody's fucking watching me. And that is what it is. Um, and then, um, you know, haven't made up my mind on Shane Gillis's podcast. He doesn't really fit it. Oh, he kind of fits in the conning Like he's more in the middle, a bit like Boys Cast, but again drier. And I mean, the only like, there's a reason why I don't listen to the Matt and Shane Secret podcast, apart from the amazing four-parter they did with Louis C.K. and that's all I've got to say, because it's got Louis C.K. there, who's just like, you know, Louis. Haven't paid much attention to Bill Burr for a while. Enjoyed, you know, old dads, but again, you know, he's kind of picked his wheelhouse, and it's a little bit lights out Paris on all of that, I guess. You know, where did the people go who just enjoy the sport of thought? You know, the use of their brain, you know, exercising their brain by reading books and listening to good music and watching cult films like me. Check out my series, 52 Weeks of Cult Cinema, which is coming through right now, all the time. And then basically, back to the topic. As I say, like, it's just, um, there's gotta be people coming through to fill this gap. It's a fucking sinking ship, and there's like, well, what? Um, and the other thing is, YouTube is man. I'm not a fan. I mean, look, I'm invested in YouTube. I've, you know, mod my sales to it, but I don't like YouTube. I think it's ridiculous the way they create these ecosystems to hedge in people so that they don't have to think and they just continue doing whatever. You know what I mean? Like, but God bless the retro gaming community, um, for just, well, it's not even that interesting, but it's still alright. I wish they'd just show me more of that. And, you know, oh, what is it? The Slendy Comedy fucking, this channel of these dudes dancing to like fucking hardcore techno gabber and shit. They've disappeared. It's really weird with YouTube. You go, yes, I like this stuff. Give me more of it. And it's there for a little while. And then they move on to some more shit that that's not, you subscribe to channels so hoping to get more content from them, but then it just disappears and it's the next fad. you know for a while they were sending me videos of that psy-op, thought military thought girl. It's absolutely nefarious what's going on, and as I say, it's just fucking charismatic idiots dancing like monkeys with slam edits and AI filters and fucking punching down, punching down, punching down, punching down, punching down. It's too fucking much, bro. It's just fucking not enough, eh? It's all fucking over. And what's to come? Anyway, 35 minutes. that's fucking alright. Nobody's gonna fucking watch. But thank you for doing it if you did. Um, I'm Ray, the cat daddy. Um, I'm I'm committed to putting content out here and just seeing if I sink or swim. Having interesting titles and whatnot. So we'll see what we see. And until next time, remember, if you get angry, you're doing it wrong. Peace out to the lovers. Like, subscribe, don't subscribe, like, subscribe, don't subscribe.